The impending eruption of a volcano in California, which scientists have warned could usher in a new ice age, has prompted the warning from the scientific community. An explosion of a volcano in California could have devastating repercussions, and we are here to provide you with all of the relevant information in this video, so stay tuned. In this video, we're going to do some in-depth exploration of the Long Valley caldera, the volcano that's been giving everyone cause for concern. We're going to investigate its history as well as its present condition, and the opinions of scientists regarding the possibility of an eruption. We will also investigate the potential repercussions of an eruption, such as the probability of a new ice age following the event. Now, settle in, fasten your seatbelts, and let's get the show on the road. We need to examine the caldera's past in order to comprehend the basis for the scientists' worries regarding the Long Valley caldera. A geological depression known as the Long Valley caldera can be found in eastern California, close to the Nevada state line. It is a component of the Long Valley volcanic region, which is comprised of a number of volcanoes, both active and dormant. The Long Valley caldera was created about 700,000 years ago through a process that involved a number of violent eruptions and active volcanism in the area. The most recent volcanic explosion took place approximately 760,000 years ago, and it was one of the largest eruptions ever recorded in the history of North America. More than 150 cubic miles worth of ash and pumice were spread across the region as a result of this explosion, which is also known as the Bishop Tuff eruption. Since that time, the Long Valley caldera has maintained a steady level of activity. There have been some volcanic explosions and activity on a smaller scale, but nothing on the same level as the Bishop Tuff eruption. Despite this, scientists have been keeping a careful eye on the volcano for the past few decades, and they believe it may be showing signs of renewed activity. What then are the indications that the Long Valley caldera might be getting close to erupting once more? Scientists are keeping an eye on a number of different indicators, such as seismic activity, the deformation of the ground surface, and gas emissions. In recent years, there has been a discernible increase in the level of seismic activity in the Long Valley region, with a number of minor earthquakes happening within and close to the caldera. Although this doesn't necessarily mean that an eruption is about to take place, these earthquakes do indicate that there is increased pressure and activity within the volcano. The surface of the ground undergoing significant deformation is an additional essential indicator of volcanic activity. In the area around the volcano, scientists use global positioning systems, GPS, and other instruments to monitor the minute contour shifts in the ground. They have noticed that the Long Valley caldera has been steadily rising over the past few years, which may be an indication of increased magma pressure beneath the surface. Gas emissions are another significant predictor of the activity level of the volcano. Volcanoes expel gases such as carbon dioxide, water vapor, and sulfur dioxide. These gases can be identified using apparatus that is specifically designed for this purpose. Although the Long Valley caldera has not been emitting large amounts of gas, scientists have discovered small increases in certain gases, which could be a sign of increased volcanic activity. What would happen if the Long Valley caldera were to explode again? What repercussions would that have? The answer to this perplexing question has been the subject of in-depth research by scientists who have uncovered multiple possible explanations. In the first place, there would be a significant amount of property damage caused by an eruption of the Long Valley caldera. The eruption of Bishop Tuff produced a massive ash cloud that spread across a large portion of the western United States. As a result, it caused a great deal of property destruction and widespread disruption. If there was another eruption, its size would most likely be comparable to the last one, if not bigger. There may be repercussions that extend further into the future on top of the devastation that the eruption has already caused in the short term. There is a chance that the ash and other volcanic debris will have a climate-altering impact that is to the cooling side. When volcanic ash and other materials are propelled into the atmosphere, they have the potential to obstruct the path of some of the sun's rays on their way to the surface of the Earth. This could cause a temporary cooling impact on the climate, which may last for several years or even decades, depending on the severity of the situation. In point of fact, a number of researchers believe that a significant volcanic eruption could bring about the onset of a new ice age. The most recent major ice age happened approximately 2.6 million years ago and lasted for a longer period of time, more than 700,000 years, than the previous one. At this point in Earth's history, a significant portion of its surface was covered in ice, and the temperature was significantly lower than it is today. Even though it is impossible to know for certain what the long-term effects of a volcanic eruption would be, it is abundantly clear that the possibility of a cataclysmic event exists and should be taken very seriously. Because of this, scientists are putting in a lot of effort to keep an eye on the Long Valley caldera and other active volcanoes around the globe. Their goal is to gain a deeper comprehension of the dangers involved and to be ready for any possible eruptions. The question now is, what can we learn from all of this? In the state of California, the Long Valley caldera is home to a volcano that has a high level of activity and has the potential to be hazardous. There are indications that it may be picking up where it left off in terms of activity, despite the fact that it has been comparatively dormant for the past several 100,000 years. In the event that the Long Valley caldera were to erupt once more, it is possible that this event would have catastrophic repercussions, including widespread damage and disruption, as well as the possibility of a chilling impact on the climate. Even though we are unable to predict with absolute certainty whether an eruption will take place, scientists are keeping a careful eye on the volcano and working to gain a better understanding of the potential dangers. Always remember that staying educated and being prepared for any potential natural disasters is of the utmost importance. Being prepared for a natural disaster such as a hurricane, a volcanic eruption, or an earthquake can make all the difference in maintaining your safety and safeguarding your family and community. Let us know your thoughts on the Long Valley caldera and the possibility of a potential eruption of this majestic volcano in the comments section below. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and be the first to know when we post new content.